We will now go shopping for NFTs, and so you can see what the market looks like. At the time when you actually do your own shopping, you'll be able to see what other people are creating. My recommendation to you is look around, look at what other people are doing so you can get ideas, get inspired, try to get information of what types of collections people are doing. The thing with NFTs is that you have multiple options. You can either sell a one-off, right? You have only one specific NFT, or you can come up with a series. And what you can have is, for example, you can have a series just like crypto kitties. Each kitty is a type of crypto kitty. That's another way to do it. The other one is you could actually have an original piece, but only sell a limited number of copies of that one original piece. So what you have is, for instance, you have one original NFT, and then you may put together, say, 1,000 copies of that one original NFT. So each one of them is 1 out of 1,000. That's what you can do with NFTs. And at this moment, what I want to do is I want to take you shopping so you can see how this works. First thing I want to show you is that on my browser, I have MetaMask. If I actually go into my MetaMask, what you'll see is that I actually have my MetaMask. I have 0.1051 Ether inside it, which I will need to be able to pay for the fees, to be able to buy Ether, etc. If you actually want to be able to fund your own MetaMask, because it doesn't come with funding, you have several options. When you click on buy, you have the option to use their service through Wire, so you can use a debit card to actually do this. This may not be available in all markets, but it is an option. The other option is to directly deposit Ether. And what you can do right here is you can actually view the account and you'll get an Ether address where you can actually send some Ether. So if you buy Ether, say on Coinbase, if you buy it on any other exchange, say Binance, if you buy it on Kraken, any other cryptocurrency exchange where you buy Ether, you can just send it to fund your MetaMask wallet by using this option. So the key point I want to tell you is that this right here is my address. This is my address on how I fund my MetaMask. This is a public address, so I'm not scared of sharing this with you because this address only lets me receive Ether. My MetaMask takes care of my private key. Notice I said export private key. I'm not showing you that because that's private. That belongs to me. And in your case, never share your private key with anybody, but know that if you ever want to fund your MetaMask, you do it this way. You go to the buy Ether, and then you get the option to receive Ether, and you can get your Ether address so you can actually receive Ether directly into your MetaMask. So this is the option that you can do that. But right now I do have specifically some Ether inside my MetaMask. So let's go to OpenSea shopping. So the key thing you will do is when you go to OpenSea, you can actually look and you have the option to sign in. If I go to my profile, it will say right here, sign into my wallet. Notice it's not asking me for a username and password. It's asking to connect to my MetaMask. Why? Because my MetaMask is interacting directly with the marketplace. It's how I authorize the marketplace to work with me. So instead of actually signing in with a username and password, I'm signing in using with my MetaMask. Now there's other wallets you could use, but the most popular one is MetaMask. Right now I'm going to take you inside OpenSea, and what you'll find is that OpenSea, because it's connecting into my wallet, already has visibility of the NFTs that I have, and I have the option to sell them. So for instance, you will see that I have a connection of all my CryptoKitties. Should I wish to sell any of my CryptoKitties, I can make them available for sale at OpenSea. I could also list a domain name that I own, georgelevy.crypto, listed for sale at OpenSea. I don't want to, but I have that option, and that's what you can get with MetaMask. Once you store your digital assets, your NFTs, inside your MetaMask, you can then sell them at different marketplaces. Let me just take you very, very briefly through the OpenSea marketplace so you can see some of the options here, because this is what I want you to do. I want you to look through OpenSea and look at what other NFT creators have done so you can get ideas. Realize what will make the most sense for you. What do you want to sell? Are you a graphic artist? Well, if you're a graphic artist, you may want to put together a collection. Picasso Punks issues collectibles of these Picasso Punks series. And what you find is that this is Picasso Punk 219. This is Picasso Punk 445. This is Picasso Punk 512. And that's just one artist. And it looks very similar to, say, for example, Pokemon cards. If you were growing up and you like Pokemon, you have to collect them all. Same thing with these NFT collections. If you get into Picasso Punks, you may want to collect them, and different people charge for them different prices, and some collections are more valuable than others. You can establish yourself as a creator of a collection, such as War Riders, or for instance, you may want to get into Neon Cat, and different creators list their assets. Now, things that's interesting about OpenSea. OpenSea is not just about art. You can actually see here domain names are listed. There are virtual worlds, trading cards, collectibles. All of these are different types of NFTs that you can sell through OpenSea. And in fact, if you look through these, you can find that you can get here So Rare, which actually focuses on soccer collectible cards, Decentraland, which you spoke about earlier in the course, Super Rare. These are all NFT assets that are also available for you to sell at OpenSea. And if you're actually in the process of selling NFTs, this would be a great marketplace where you could actually sell the NFTs you have. Let's go to the next one. Let's talk about Rarible. Rarible, I want you to see it because Rarible not only gives you the option to buy, but just like at OpenSea, you can also create NFTs at Rarible. Now, I wanted to go to the Create tab because what you can find is that at Rarible, you can create a collectible, which may be just a one-off, right? If you have one work of art, and that's just your option. Say, for example, Beeple. Beeple had that one piece, which was sold for $69 million. But in this specific case, you may want to issue a multiples, where you could have just one asset, which has multiple copies of it, which is what Luis Buenaventura did. He had one collectible, and he sold a limited number of issues of that one collectible. So this is an option you could do at Rarible. Another thing I wanted to tell you is that it's as simple to get into Rarible using your MetaMask. Notice that the easiest and most popular option is to use MetaMask. This is why I wanted you to start at MetaMask, because with MetaMask, you have the option to work with Rarible, you have the option to work with OpenSea, you have the option to work with Mintable. Mintable is another marketplace where you can actually mint NFTs. And in fact, they give you the option to mint your first NFT absolutely free, and you can start selling. And you can do it easily by creating an account. And in my case, I have an account already, which is actually with my MetaMask. I could simply connect my MetaMask inside, and if I want to buy any NFTs, I can simply select an NFT I want, and I can simply buy it. And it will just directly pay from my MetaMask wallet, and I'll be able to buy this specific NFT right now. And that would be the case with any one of these. Say, for example, I want to buy the Picasso Punks, I can buy now. Key things I want to point out to you is all of these options are available to me. Why? Because I have Ether and I can buy these NFTs. And that's what I want you to understand. The 6 easy steps to buying an NFT. I told you about installing MetaMask. I told you about funding your MetaMask wallet. And with that step, you can actually buy NFTs and become an NFT collector, which you could then turn around and also sell the NFTs at the various marketplaces you're seeing.